News 95.5 and AM 750. WSB.
I'm Chris Chandler, continuing our coverage of today's really bombshell decision in the Ross Harris hot car trial in Cobb County. Trial moved out of Cobb County. Everything is off now, possibly likely for months. Mark Aram to take your telephone calls just after the 8 o'clock news. Got some rough weather, I hear, moving through the area, too. We'll continue to cover that. Let's take a round robin here in the couple minutes we have left. Last words, final thoughts, Ronnie, from court today.
I'm just very shocked. But I have to applaud Judge Mary Staley. Christian alluded to it earlier that a lot of people consider her a prosecutor's judge. I think that she listened to the arguments fairly, and applause to her for actually wanting to do the best by her courtroom and give the defendant a fair trial. She is a stickler for doing things right, and I know that she believes in this decision if this is the one that she made.
Christian.
Well, we heard some people on Facebook saying, all the money that was wasted with the 41 jurors, but something they might want to consider is it would be a lot more costlier to have a second trial, which most people believed an appeal would have been granted based on these juror answers.
Right. Ross Cavett, you pointed out that same thing in your report on Channel 2 Action News tonight. Last word from you.
Well, I'm going to file my own motion tomorrow morning to try to get my last 3 weeks of my life back. I mean, this was occasionally a fascinating process, but mostly very tedious and repetitive, and I actually felt sorry for the attorneys and those jurors being questioned, and not looking forward to potentially going through it all over again.
Legal analyst Ron Carlson, last word from you. Was this a foregone conclusion all the time in retrospect?
Two quick points, Chris. First, agree with Veronica's high assessment of Judge Staley. Next, there are ways before trial to test and assess community attitudes. So I hope the rule drafters in Georgia consider a rule like that which exists in some other competing jurisdictions, which requires the motion for change of venue to be made before trial. And with that, we avoid the 3 weeks that was just talked about.
Mark Aram coming up just after the 8 o'clock news. He'll take your telephone calls. And this is the spot you'll want to check on all the big trial days. We'll do these 7 p.m. shows on any evening that there's an important development. Those are, of course, now probably months away, as we say. Our coverage continues. I'm Chris Chandler. Thanks to everybody that was with us tonight. Keep listening.